Hey, everyone out there. Thank you so much for joining me today on this episode of the Happy PharmD podcast. Super stoked about today's episode where I have three of our very own Happy PharmD career coaches joining me on this very important topic. This panel discussion will be focusing on something that affects all of us, and we're going to be focusing on the importance of self-care, overall wellness, and everything in between. And along with that, making a very exciting announcement on a event that we will be offering via the Happy PharmD for all of you guys out there. So super excited to be able to share that information with you all and to get this information out there and to hear everyone's views and thoughts on this very important topic that we're getting ready to discuss. So without further ado, I'd love to welcome three of our very own coaches, Miss Jackie Boyle, Nazan Artun, and Julie Kidd. Welcome to the podcast. All right. Welcome, everyone, to another episode of the Happy PharmD podcast. Today, I have three of our very own Happy PharmD coaches with us for this episode where we are going to be discussing a new conference that we are going to be releasing soon in the early beginning of 2021. So first, I'd like to welcome three of our coaches. Welcome, guys, and thank you so much for being here today.
Hey, Chris. Thanks for having us. Oh, sorry, Nazan, I cut you off.
No, it's fine. I was just waiting for you to speak.
No, absolutely. Thank you guys so much for being here. And really quick, before we jump in, I'll have each one of you just kind of introduce yourself and give a few sentence summary about who you are and what you do. We'll start with Jackie.
Hi, everyone. Jackie Boyle here. I'm the lead coach at Happy PharmD. I've been having the pleasure of working with Alex now for about 3 years, which is crazy to think about. That time has flown extremely fast. In my big girl daytime job, I am in a faculty and administrative role at a college of pharmacy and absolutely love it. So love the coaching piece, but also love my day job and working with these wonderful coaches on the line too.
Awesome. And Nazan, I'll have you go next.
Yeah, sure. My name is Nazan Artun, and I'm a PhD pharmacist, coach, and a musician. As Jackie said, I'm enjoying my coaching experience and journey in Happy PharmD and working with these wonderful people and coaching these wonderful pharmacists, to be honest. And secondly, I'm working as a clinical pharmacy coordinator in a Kappa Fusion home infusion service, and I'm also a musician in Neotolia Fusion Jazz Band. I'm a singer-songwriter, guitar player. I love drumming. Of course, we're gonna, I think, do that together in the future, near future, when you get
Absolutely.
Your drum set. Yeah. I just wanted to remind you your promise.
I have not forgotten.
Wonderful. Yes, that's all from me for now, Julie.
And last but not least, Julie, go right ahead.
Yeah, thanks. Julie Kidd. I am by day a clinical pharmacist embedded into a multiple sclerosis clinic. And by night or on my days off, I am one of the coaches for Happy PharmD. So super excited about what we're going to talk about today. So thanks, Chris, for letting us jump in.
For sure. No, thank you guys for being here today. So yeah, we'll go right into it. So for everyone listening and wondering what it is that we're going to be offering or releasing in the beginning of the new year, will be the RX Wellness Virtual Conference. And I kind of want to start right off with why exactly are we doing this? That's probably the biggest question that we have. So I'll let either one of you go first. I'll go right ahead, Jackie.
So there are a lot of reasons why we are doing this conference. I think one is a huge extrovert. I am missing the conference life right now, and I've been pushing Alex to consider live events for quite some time. The timing wasn't right before, and I guess we didn't really have a focus to what kind of event we wanted to do in the past. But for a lot of reasons, I think this year is particularly a great time for a place where we can get together virtually because of the pandemic. A lot of people are missing out on those social connections that we would normally have in normal times. And I have two like-minded and our other coaches are also on the same page. But when we started talking about the idea of having a conference that was focused on self-care, focused on that social connection we're missing, focusing on what we can look forward to in 2021 and moving in a positive direction. There's so much negativity kind of spinning around us right now that I think Julie and Nazan and I agreed that we needed to start off the year differently. And this seemed like a great opportunity to put all of those pieces together in a really cool virtual way. So I'll let them jump in with their perspectives, but for me, those are the pieces that all seem to line up really well.
So I remember Alex asked us why we want to do this event, and my answer was why not? because I was just thinking that I know that Julie has a background in integrative medicine. She's very knowledgeable, and Jackie has been coaching, and she's been interested in self-care and all these practices. And I've been personally doing yoga and mindfulness for years. And I think I already mentioned that I started in 2005. So I was just thinking that this can be also a good event to provide service to our community in a way, because we all have these backgrounds, interests, and experiences that we can share. Maybe sometimes we don't have that opportunity to share in one-on-one coaching, but it's also, as Jackie said, it's really fun to do it in a huge group of people. And I've personally experienced this in my life multiple times. When you attend to those events, the biggest joy of it is actually to be able to do these exercises with all these people, and the collective energy is a big plus. So we thought that would be fun, first of all, and we have things to offer to our community, and we're very much excited about it.
Yeah, I think, echo what both of you ladies said. I have a personal interest in all the things that we're going to be doing at this retreat. And a huge part of kind of what Jackie mentioned is that social connectiveness and just feeling that other people are with you and are on your team. And it's been hard this year with everything going on and being virtual. And it really stinks that this has to be virtual. But it's one way for us to connect to other pharmacists, and kind of pick each other up where we're at, and say that we don't have to stay there, that we can push forward and take care of ourselves, and we can set goals for ourselves for 2021, and we can live a healthier life. So I'm just super pumped about what the retreat's going to be, and I'm excited to have these ladies beside me doing these things. So it's going to be great.
No, thank you guys all for sharing that. And I kind of want to get right into, so what exactly are the main components of this virtual conference? So I don't know.
So
if you guys
what are we going to be doing, basically?
Exactly, yes. So for everyone listening there, so what exactly does this all mean? What are we going to be doing? What am I signing up for? And I'll let each one of you kind of jump in and cover a category.
Yeah, so I can jump in. This is not going to be probably the order of events. We're still kind of working the details of when these things will happen, but I will be leading a nutrition section in the retreat. So we'll probably talk a lot about different types of maybe meal planning and nutrition tips, different eating plans, but we'll do a smoothie recipe together. So you'll see my kitchen, and we'll kind of talk about the benefits of what we put into the smoothie, and have discussions about kind of, what's on your plate, what are you eating right now, and what can you incorporate more of, and be mindful when you eat those things. So that's the nutrition section. I'll let you guys take over your section.
So I am going to cover mindfulness section, and to be honest, I have so many ideas, and Jackie and Julie, they already are overwhelmed with my mindfulness ideas, because, as I said, I've been enjoying mindfulness practices for years, and I don't want to give too much of detail because I would like to keep it as a surprise for our audiences, but I can say that we are going to leave all the burdens that we have been carrying for, especially considering the 2020 So this mindfulness exercise will be an opportunity for us to like stay at the present moment and connect with each other and with ourselves deeply, and then just let go of all the burdens, all the troubles, and all the stresses that have been in our minds and that we've been carrying for a while. So I'm hoping that this will also create some sort of kind of a breaking point during our conference, because that's how I started to practice mindfulness. Actually, it was kind of a random attendance to a yoga class. Then it turned out to be like a meditation class. Then that was my first experience, and I really had an enlightening moment. And I'm just hoping that our audience will have a similar experience.
If I can just add, I think I might be the newest one in the group to meditation and mindfulness, and I had heard all the benefits and wanted to incorporate that, but didn't have a recipe. We're a pharmacist and we like step by step, and so I had the opportunity in one of my classes recently. They literally demonstrated different types of meditation and how simple it can be and easy to incorporate. And so I think that is our goal too, is to say it doesn't need to be a 30-minute practice. It can be very simple to incorporate. And so anyone at any point in your day can do that. So hopefully we can be simple and demonstrate that to other pharmacists during their workday or early morning or whatever that is. So we'll have a recipe for you to start meditation if that's something that you want to incorporate.
Thanks for sharing, ladies. A couple other sessions we will have. One is led by my good friend Christina Martin. She will be having a yoga session with us virtually. She is a hot yoga teacher and teaches Bikram yoga, and she's phenomenal. So I'm so excited that we're able to Zoom her in. One of the benefits of the virtual conference is we can be everywhere in the United States and still be together. So we will have a yoga session to kind of kick off the day. And one of our other sessions that I'll be leading is around visualization. Oh gosh, I need to practice saying that before we talk about it at the retreat. But visualization and vision casting for your goals for 2021 and beyond. So this is something we do a lot with our clients, but I think when you have that space to really dig into the clarity of what your goals are, and even if there's some muddiness around them, sometimes having the space and time to reflect and think is something that not a lot of pharmacists take the time for themselves to do. We're constantly giving and giving and giving to other people because that's how we were built. But there are very few times when we reflect on our own priorities, our own goals, our own wishes, and what we really hope to accomplish during this session is a lot of deep reflection. So I will warn you, there'll be hard questions that you may have to answer. But then also, because we do have this unique opportunity to have a community present, we will be sharing with each other what our goals are. There's a lot of psychology research that shows when you share your goals with other people, you're way more likely to achieve them. So again, kind of a ping to our coaching model that accountability helps, and this can all start right at our virtual wellness conference. So you'll get to hear from other pharmacists who are in similar or different situations to yourself, how they're starting their new year, what they're thinking about, kind of sharing some of the challenges that they're also going through. And I think that sharing time will be extremely inspiring and powerful as well. So we're really excited for the lineup of material that we have for you guys and all the activities that we'll be really going through together, because we're leading these, but I think all of us will also be really into it. We were joking the other day, we're like, if it's just us three, it's still going to be awesome. So we hope to have other participants as well, but regardless, we're going to be in there and walking through all of this stuff together.
No, thank you guys all for going over those and sharing those. And I kind of want to bring it into have each one of you kind of give your own thoughts on this in terms of maybe have personal experience or a past coaching client or current coaching client. Because, in terms of there must be a reason that you guys pick these 3 to 4 specific things, right? And in terms of what are the major benefits that you guys have all personally seen, maybe through yourself or from your coachees in the past, in terms of for everyone listening, they're thinking, so why were these the things that you guys selected for the conference?
Personally, I believe that self-care has a physical component, which we're trying to cover with yoga session, and then mental component, which we are again trying to cover with mindfulness, and then nutrition component with the nutrition session. And the visualization is because it's New Year, and not that it is New Year exercise that I do very often, it's also kind of a mental component, because we've discussed this before, like if it's like with mindfulness, is it what can we call visualization mindfulness? But so all these pieces are making the self-care as a whole. And these are the practices actually that we do very often during our daily life. So that's why we thought that we should at least have these basics, and considering the time also, so we decided to do a half day. So these options were the best to fit into a half day and just to cover the basics of self-care. But if you guys have anything to add, Julie or Jackie, but that's where the idea came from after our discussions.
I think we're all three passionate about all the topics that we're going to be covering at the retreat. And we're all doing these things, right? So these are things that we have incorporated into our own lives during different periods of our life that contribute to our self-care. So if I'm not meal planning and eating a balanced diet, if I'm not taking care of myself, if I'm not doing physical activity and making some space for me to make some goals for myself, then I know that I'm not going to be well. And so I know me, and I know that I have to create that space to do those things. And so we just want to share that with our community. I think pharmacists, like we've talked about, are really good at not creating that space of taking care of ourselves and just saying yes, 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 yes. We hope you will say yes to this, but hopefully after this retreat, you'll also learn how to say no to some things, so that some of these things that are really important for you to be healthy and take care of yourself will be more abundant and more of a yes. So I know just personally, these things have really changed my life. So we're just hoping to kind of share our personal stories with our community and our network. So hopefully you'll learn something new. And I'm looking forward to also learning from people who join, what are tips and tricks that they do to take care of themselves. So I think it's going to be a really good just dialogue and discussion.
That's how it started. I think we were trying to learn from each other. That's why, Julie, you're taking care of the nutrition, and Jackie, visualization. Nazan, you're going to do the mindfulness. So we didn't even spend too much time of deciding who was going to take what. I think it naturally came out because we really wanted to also learn from each other. And that's kind of an opportunity, as Julie said, to exchange information and knowledge with each other. I think I was just checking our program. I think the only thing that we don't cover is the sleep, which is the most important part of self-care, but I believe that they can do it by themselves. We're mostly covering all the stuff that we are applying to our personal lives as well. Yeah.
That could be a prerequisite line. You must have slept 8 hours at least before joining us this morning. Maybe we should add that into the registration.
Yeah, or after yoga, it will be Shavasana, the corpse pose, 5 minutes. We can cover that in yoga. We can just tell our yoga instructor. I don't know.
Or perhaps we do version, 2.0. There's so much in sleep health. I love talking about sleep health because it's not just 8 hours of sleep. There's so much more that goes into that. And so maybe version 2.0, it's going to be all about sleep. We'll see.
Why not?
Why not?
No, I couldn't agree more with all of you guys. And I don't know if Jackie, did you want to jump in as well really quick?
Sure. I mean, I agree with what everyone has said so far. I believe our coaching practices are all built around these tenets. Specifically, visualization we use with everyone. And I know each of us has assigned different self-care activities to our clients as well, because sometimes it just takes blocking out that hour or half hour for yourself that we may not do independently. But if someone suggests that this sounds like it might be something that might benefit your week, it feels good to give yourself that permission to take the time for yourself, because sometimes lives are so busy and schedules are so busy that self-care could easily fall by the wayside if you don't put it on your own schedule. So we're doing that for you with this 4-hour experience, and we hope you join us then. But yeah, I just want to echo everything these ladies have said, that we live this stuff every day, and admittedly, like, it's not perfect all the time. That's why it's a constant practice to keep working on. And it's a way that we can share with you, the real benefits and also challenges of doing these practices on a regular basis too.
No, I love that. And I think you guys are picking a perfect time to do this, obviously rolling into the new year, out of a year completely different from any other one that we've all been through, right? And I kind of, want to bring up the fact of, as Alex has also been discussing a lot, in terms of the increase in burnout rate, especially after this year. The demand has grown. It's just stress levels are higher than ever. And for those out there who really, this sounds like something they need, but they're also like, oh, another thing to add to my calendar, right? How important, or how much can you stress the importance of this for those out there who are, ambivalent to do this just because of maybe scheduling component, or they're already overwhelmed? I feel like just the benefits overall of implementing all these new things, starting these changes, creating these healthy habits and ways of life. You can't even describe the benefits, right? I'll let each one of you jump in whenever you're ready.
It's really funny to me. Like, I had a really busy life pre-COVID, and I thought it was great. It was all balanced, I thought, right? And then COVID happened, and you wiped everything out of your calendar, like everything, and you just sat at home for 18 months, whatever. So now it's like so hard for me to schedule anything. It's I think I just got used to probably the way that we all should be living, a less rigid and less scheduled life. And so it is really hard to put something back on the calendar, even if it's a good thing. And so I get it if this sounds like overwhelming to schedule. Maybe it's your only Saturday off in a month, I totally get that it seems overwhelming. And one more thing to add, but we hope it's a half a day. It's going to be a safe space. There'll be lots of sharing of ideas. It'll be opportunities for you to kind of dig deep and to do some personal reflection to what it is that you want. And again, to take some time to carve out that time that you probably don't get on a normal week to take care of yourself, but also have a community there, which I think is so important right now. I'm so zoomed out. I want to be with people. I want to touch them and hug them and all the things that the CDC says I shouldn't do. That's what I want to do. But I'm just so excited for even this connection, even though it's over Zoom, to be doing these things that really matter, and if we are teaching our patients to do these things, we got to be walking the walk, and so I think it's just give it a shot. And I think probably the meditation might be a little like, oh, that's like gibberish talks to some people. I thought it was too, but there's some pretty hard science of the benefits of how you can actually change your brain structure and your thinking patterns. So for all you type A people, you pharmacists out there, we can actually show you literature to support this. So I can't emphasize just how important it is to just give it a shot, show up for yourself, to take care of yourself so that you can take care of all the other people in your life who depend on you.
So when we were discussing about this event, we all decided that the most important thing for us is to connect with people. Actually, I know that, and we all know that these are already hot topics. There are too many information out there. We have our still unique perspective, I can assure our prospect audiences, but the most important thing is sharing and networking, or even like building good relationships after this event, because we're gonna be ourselves. We're going to be maybe vulnerable, because all these meditation moments, they're very unexpected, I can tell you. And I even stopped looking into the science, because I have seen the effects in my life. I have seen the effects in many people's life, just my friends and my family. That being said, also it's like it comes to the point that if you haven't tried it, this is a good opportunity to try something new. And I would also quickly say something about like attending to these virtual events. The other day I had a similar event, and I was just thinking that I really want to spend the day in my couch and just to read and rest. But then I realized that I really want to connect with people and just to learn from them whatever I can. And it turned out to be a really good event. Even it wasn't even like a self-care event at all. And in this one, again, connecting with each other is the most important one. We're going to share each other's experiences after meditation. We're going to provide feedback. It's not just going to be like, instructions and do this, do that. It will be an interactive event for sure. That's what we're planning.
We want this to be relieving stress, not causing stress, and a space where stress can be released. So while there's a time frame for it, and because we have to send out details for the event, like we want you to show up and know that this is going to be beneficial and therapeutic for you, and not cause any more like angst or anxiety or anything like that. This will energize and distress you. We had a somewhat similar but not as involved coach retreat a few months ago over Zoom, and it was amazing for a lot of reasons, but just amazing to me too how much you can connect with people if given the right structure and the right activities. There are so many deep ways you can connect with individuals even virtually, and that's something that I know I don't get from all of my Zoom calls. I can tell you that much from the regular meeting schedule. But I think we've all worked pretty hard to plan a day for you to really treat yourself like a spa day, and be with us, be real, be open to trying new things. And maybe you take away one small thing that you want to do. Maybe you take away one really big thing, or a lot of big things. We hope you take at least one little thing away, but we have a lot of things for you. And if at least something changes your life in a small positive way, I think that would be a win for all of us at the end of the day.
No, awesome. I think it sounds like such an awesome idea. I love how we're starting this for the new year, especially, and the whole sense of community and just interacting with others. I think it's something that everyone is desiring at this moment, and I think it's going to make a huge difference for everyone who joins. And as we're closing up here, I'll let one of you or each of you can kind of give your final pitch, and then I just want to go over the quick details, the date and the time of when we are having this retreat for everyone.
So we're excited that this is the first actual event that the Happy PharmD team is hosting ever. We've been talking about doing some sort of event with our community for a really long time, and I think I can personally say, like, I am jazzed about how awesome this is going to be. So we'd love for you to be a part of it. We know it might not be perfect because it's the first one, but we're excited to have people who are engaged with trying new things, and also providing us with some important feedback at the end to say, hey, what do you want more of? What didn't we do so well? What was missing? We need your input too. We've got a lot of great minds working on this right now, but I'm just really excited to offer something to the world that we haven't done yet. And the content is going to be phenomenal. So that's my very biased short stint on the RX Wellness conference, but I'll let my colleagues join in and give their perspectives too.
Yeah, I don't have a pitch. I just come, try it out, come as you are. And I also just, you would have the three of us post-retreat, for, I know some pharmacy jobs are tough, and so we want you to know and come away from this Saturday morning to know that we're here for you, whether it be through one of these practices or just to talk or to send a text or whatever it is. So we got your back. So just show up. We'll show up. I think the hardest part of some of these maybe new practices or anything is just showing up. Once you are there, I think you will definitely be glad that you put that on your schedule and you were there. So that's my pitch. It's a terrible pitch, but
it's great, Julie. It's great. Also, just wear yoga pants and be comfortable. Like, don't get ready for this, because that's what we're all going to be showing up as. So no getting ready. Just come with your comfy clothes and we'll do the rest.
Yeah, this is a self-care event. So I actually like to come as you are part. It's a Nirvana song, and it's
I was gonna say, you're a Nirvana fan.
I mean, I'm a child of 90s for sure. Like, that, and I'm a rock musician, so definitely I was exposed to that. But it's actually from Rumi's poem. Anyways, that's a different topic. I think this event will provide attendees to do some soul searching, and also to connect with themselves in a deeper level, but also to connect with other people. And I was when Jackie mentioned about our coaching retreat, I didn't know what to expect. It was my first time, but I remember after interacting with you guys, I had so many thoughts in my mind, and even like so many blockages that were like released after our conversations and interaction. I think that that's something that, again, not everything can be planned, and you cannot, it's the beauty of it, not knowing like just everything. So that you'll have an idea about like mindfulness. Okay, we're going to do yoga, we're going to do mindfulness, nutrition, visualization, but also it's about being open to surprises. And if you're open to it, you will be really surprised by your abilities and like the life that brings to your table. I think that's all this event is about. So like being connected with ourselves, but also being connected with each other, and just kind of a reminder of like how self-care just boosts our energy. Or maybe you can even like do a evaluation of before and after. Then just being an observer of ourselves. And this can be an opportunity for you if you haven't tried a self-care routine yet, and you can just come and then you can say, okay, this is for me, and you can say, no, I'm not going to do this again. So you can go and try the next thing. So we're actually kind of offering an opportunity for people to try something for themselves.
Wonderful. I appreciate everyone's comments and thoughts on the topic. And just lastly, for everyone listening, when is it going to be, the time, and how can they reach out, sign up, and everything like that?
We are having our event on Saturday, January 16th. It's going to be 9 a.m. Eastern to 1 p.m. Eastern. So sorry, West Coast friends, I know that's a little bit early for you guys, but we hope you are able to join us for some, if not all of it. We'd love to see you, even if it's early morning. Again, come as you are. So it's totally fine. And we will be posting the link for registration in the show notes here. We'll also have it on our Happy PharmD website and on our social media. So if you're not following us on LinkedIn or Facebook or Instagram yet, please start following us for more information. We'll be sharing a lot of content there about this event and other things we're working on in the near future. So anything
Perfect.
else, Chris?
I think that'll be it. We'll make sure to have the notes on here, like you said, the link. And I just want to thank you guys so much for being on here. Also just throw out, if anyone does have any specific questions along with that, they can reach out to any of us as well directly. If they can't find the information that they're looking for. And yeah, thank you guys so much again. And I really appreciate your time being on the podcast. And I'm super excited for this conference to be the first of many, right?
Chris, are you going to be there? You showing up in your yoga pants?
I think he's convinced.
Yeah, you're in.
I mean, I don't really have a pair of yoga pants.
Come as you are, whatever you have.
I do love the use of that quote. So
sounds like a great gift for you for the holidays. So
I'll let my wife know. Yeah, we'll see.
That's awesome.
But yes, thanks again, guys. I really appreciate you guys joining me today, and thank you again everyone else out there for listening in. Hey, everyone out there. Just want to thank you again for joining us today on this episode of the Happy PharmD podcast. Again, I'm so excited to announce this virtual conference for the RX Wellness virtual conference via the Happy PharmD. Again, please reach out with any questions about this event. We're more than happy to help. Again, for the dates on this, it will be on January 16th. That's a Saturday, from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern. We will have a link as well via the podcast episode for this panel discussion that will have a link to sign up. Also, please reach out to any one of us with any questions, thoughts, just to get more information about the conference. We would love to have you join us for that day. Again, thank you so much for listening to this episode, and we'll see you next time.